My name's Liam Carter. I'm 33, and for the past decade, I've been the family ATM with a pulse. It wasn't always like this. I used to think we were close. The kind of family that joked around, looked out for each other, celebrated birthdays with bad cake and worse karaoke. But somewhere along the line, that changed. I got a job straight out of high school, skipped the whole college route, and somehow still managed to build something for myself. At 23, I started a logistics company. For 5 long years, I barely scraped by. Then something clicked. Contracts rolled in. I didn't just survive, I thrived. And when the money started flowing, so did the calls from home. It began small. A couple hundred here, a car payment there. Then came the credit card debt, mom's dental work, dad's truck, my sister's tuition. And always, my brother, Jason, needed just a bit to hold him over. Jason was the golden child. Even after dropping out of college twice and quitting 3 jobs in a row. But every time he crashed, the family called it a fluke. Like Jason just had bad luck and I had extra despair. I never really pushed back. Told myself it was fine. Helping family was what you did when you made it right. But over the years, I noticed something. Every thank you got shorter. Every request got louder. And eventually, thank you, turned into, finally. It all came to a head at Jason's wedding. I had already spent a ridiculous amount to make that day happen. My parents guilted me slowly, like boiling a frog. Just help with the venue, became, well, we can't do flowers without the photographer, and finally, it's Jason's big day. Can't you just cover the rest? So I did. All in, I fronted just under $100,000. And no one asked if it was okay. They expected it, like I was paying some invisible debt for daring to succeed without a degree. The wedding was beautiful, I'll give them that. Big vineyard property, sunset lighting, a string quartet playing a soft instrumental version of Can't Help Falling in Love. Like a Pinterest board come to life. But even as people clinked glasses and danced under fairy lights, I felt invisible. Not listed in the program. Not seated near the bridal party. Not even asked to speak. Then came the speeches. My dad, already a few drinks in, took the mic after the best man. Smug grin in place, he looked straight at me. We always knew Jason would find someone special. He's got charm, good looks, and now he's finally settling down. As for Liam, he chuckled, he's not married. Not educated. But hey, at least he's good for a check. The room laughed. Not awkward chuckles. Laughter. Even Jason laughed. Mom covered her mouth like it was all in good fun. Ava, Jason's bride, just smiled politely. I froze. Not embarrassed. Not angry. Just stunned. Then something in me snapped. Not loud. Quiet. Final. Like a string being cut. I stood, walked to the front, and took the mic from my dad. You know what? I said, calm. Too calm. He's right. I'm not married. I never got a degree. But I have something none of you seem to value, a spine, and a memory. I turned to Jason and Ava. You know that $100,000 wedding gift? The one I wired for this venue, catering, the band, the designer gown. Forget it. The room fell silent. And before anyone says it was a joke, let me remind you, jokes usually come with punchlines. That was just you laughing at the guy who made this all possible. I faced the crowd. For 10 years, I've kept this family from falling apart. Paid off debts. Kept the lights on. Covered every Jason disaster. In return, I got silence. I got eye rolls. I got treated like a donor, not a brother. So enjoy the wine, the sunset, the string quartet. Because this is the last check you'll ever see from me. I handed the mic back and walked out. Behind me, whispers. A gasp. My mom called my name, soft, surprised. That's when I realized, they really didn't see it coming. To them, I wasn't family. I was a function. But I had leverage, receipts, access, and a plan. That night, I didn't go home. I checked into a quiet hotel suite I'd booked the night before. Sat by the window, sipped water, watched the city lights blink on. I wasn't angry. Mostly, I felt empty. Like someone had siphoned pieces of me for years and I'd just noticed the tank was dry. I opened my laptop. Logged into the shared wedding account I'd created, in my name, with Ava and Jason listed as authorized users. I hadn't cleared the final payments. So I didn't. I froze the account. The venue, caterer, string quartet, all waiting on money. Then I texted my lawyer friend Miranda. Sharp, petty, and perfect. I told her everything. She sent back a laughing emoji and said, "Give me a day. I'll make sure it hurts, legally but politely." The next morning, 6:13 a.m., my phone rang. "Mom." "Liam," she rasped. "Where are you?" "Jason said you made a scene." "No. Dad made a scene." She exhaled slowly. "Sweetie, you know how he is. He was just joking. Don't call me sweetie." Pause. "Jason's hurt. Ava's upset. I'm not your bank anymore." Silence. "Are you really leaving your brother high and dry on his wedding day?" I smiled bitterly. I already paid for the champagne. Seems like a fitting toast. I hung up. By noon, the texts rolled in. "Ava, hey, can we talk?" I didn't know he'd say that. "I'm sorry. Jason, we need you." They didn't need me when they laughed. Or booked a $6,000 honeymoon suite in Santorini, on my card. So I cancelled it. Non-refundable deposit. Rest unpaid. By 2 p.m., Jason called. "You cancelled our honeymoon." "Yep. You're being insane." "No, you did this. You know what Dad's like." "Exactly. That's why I'm finally doing something about it. You were supposed to back me up." "I did, for a decade." "Not anymore." I muted the thread and leaned back. But the final card was still coming, the house. Not mine, theirs. 3 years ago, during Dad's heart scare and Mom's surgery, I bought their home to help them downsize. Paid it off. Moved it into a trust under my name. They lived there rent-free, under one condition: no major changes without my approval. Then a month before the wedding, Dad casually mentioned they were thinking of gifting the house to Jason and Ava. "Why?" "Jason needs stability," Mom said. "You said you didn't want the house." "That's because I own it." "Semantics," Dad waved. "It's all family." Turns out, they'd started paperwork behind my back. Miranda drafted a 2-page legal doc outlining how the trust was ironclad. I sent it to my parents. No message. Just the PDF. Dad called 38 minutes later. "You think you're clever. No, you already humiliated me. I'm just done." Mom texted later, guilt, half apologies, emotional blackmail. I ignored it. Instead, I initiated certified letters to all parties. Any attempts to occupy or transfer would be met with legal action. Then I remembered the gym. Last year, Jason pitched a can't-miss investment. A gym with no plan, no experience, just bravado. I gave him $40,000. As a loan. He signed a contract. Never paid back a cent. So Miranda drafted a letter of intent to collect. 30-day notice. Civil litigation if ignored. By week's end, the panic was real. Ava left a voicemail, sobbing. "I didn't know. Please don't ruin our lives over a joke. Jason looks up to you." Almost got me. But I remembered her laughing. So I reviewed my auto payments. Cancelled everything. Mom's pharmacy charges. Jason's business card. Ava's student loan. Dad's insurance. All of it. Gone. For the first time in years, my phone didn't buzz with demands. Then one night, a knock. "Jason. Please. Just 5 minutes." I didn't open the door. "I messed up," he whispered. I wrote it all down. Budgets, receipts. Ava didn't know. He slid a folder under the door. I opened it after he left. It was detailed, annotated, honest. A letter, too. Short. No excuses. Just an admission. It didn't fix everything, but it was a start. Then an email. Urgent payment dispute escalation. Jason had tried to pay the venue using a frozen card. Denied. Coordinator called my office. Gave me 48 hours. That's when I realized. He wasn't sorry. He was stalling. So I called the venue. "I'm not paying it. Forward all claims to Jason and Ava. I'm removing my name." I also filed the formal lawsuit. Filed the complaint. Removed Jason and Ava's house access. Locked it down. 3 days later, I got a certified letter, Jason's attorney begging to negotiate. Miranda replied, "Only if he publicly admits fault and withdraws family claims." The response. Insults. Threats. No accountability. Mom left a sobbing voicemail. This isn't what family does. Dad texted, "You'll regret this someday." I printed it, taped it inside the folder. It's been 6 months. Jason sold the gym, paid back part of the money. Ava left him, found more lies. My parents now rent a small house they can barely afford. And me, I'm good. Better than good. I travel, read, laugh at dumb movies, go whole weeks without anyone asking for money. I'm not just the guy who made it. I'm the guy who finally kept it by letting go. And no, I don't regret it. Not one damn bit.